we are constantly bombarded with swarms of information. Whether true or false, information received on the internet or in person spreads at an exponential rate. So it is important to develop the skill of critically discerning what sources are reliable and what information is legitimate in every aspect of our lives. We must evaluate facts rather than just following the direction certain words or our biases might push us to go. The article I'm reading today by Denby Royal in 2020 describes her journey from falling victim to deceptive holistic marketing campaigns to turning her ear to what the scientific community had to say about the food we eat. So here's the article. For years, I was deeply embedded in the wellness world in my own life. Then I decided to work in the industry as a holistic nutritionist, praising and promoting the newest alternative health treatments and products. During this phase, a meal in my home would have included only organic and non-GMO foods. I thought this was the best way to rid your diet of toxins and pesticides. In reality, this isn't really the case. The USDA has a list of synthetic substances that organic growers are permitted to use on their crops and still maintain their organic label. Marketing that organic food is cleaner is all around us. Just take a look at the campaign, Skip the Chemicals. It encourages consumers to fear the scary sounding names of chemicals and adopt a better safe than sorry attitude towards their food. Ultimately though, it steers consumers towards more costly organic foods, although there's not necessarily any evidence that is more nutritious. The USDA published test results on tens of thousands of non-organic fruit and vegetable samples across the country. In the case of strawberries, most of the samples showed residues of at least one kind of pesticide. However, Joe Schwartz, the director of McGill University's Office for Science and Society, said, "Remember that the presence of a residue is not equal to the presence of a risk. What matters is not the variety of residues detected, but whether these are in excess of the amounts regulatory agencies deem to be safe." In fact, there are virtually no cases in which the levels deemed to be safe are exceeded. But all this important contextual information is not included. After all, scared consumers are consumers that send donations. A 2011 study in the Journal of Toxicology found that the levels of residue detected are 1,000 to 30,000 times below the Environmental Protection Agency's already very conservative safety limits. Non-organic versions of these foods are safe to eat. I was baffled to learn that government agencies, international health organizations, and scientific community have affirmed the safety of genetically modified foods. But the science position is losing people's hearts and minds. A 2015 Pew Research Center survey found that only 37% of the general public believed genetically modified foods were safe to consume. Compare that to 88% of scientists from the American Association for the Advancement of Science. And then he says, "My intention is not to demonize the organic food industry. I simply incorrectly believed that my dogmatism against toxins and pesticides was based on solid science, but I was actually rejecting science. I sought out media that only confirmed my existing bias." And do what I wish I had done sooner and open yourself up to the research. Choose based on facts, and your pocketbook of peace of mind will thank you.